James and Emily had been married for 7 years. From the outside, they were the perfect couple, happy, successful, and deeply in love. James adored Emily, and he worked tirelessly to give her the life she deserved. He was the kind of husband who never forgot their anniversary. Always brought her flowers just because, and made sure she never had to worry about anything. Emily, on the other hand, had changed over the years. In the beginning, she was just as devoted as James, but as time passed, her excitement for their marriage faded. She started going out more often, claiming it was for work meetings or girls' nights out. James, trusting her completely, never questioned it. Even when she began being secretive with her phone, stepping out of the room to take calls, or texting late into the night, he dismissed it as paranoia. But one night, everything changed. James was working late at his office when he received a message from an unknown number. Your Wi-Fi isn't as loyal as you think. Check the blue moon at Sawajodan. At first, he laughed it off. It had to be a mistake, maybe even a prank. Emily would never do such a thing. But as he stared at the message, doubt started to creep in. His hands felt clammy as he looked at the time. It was already 8:30 p.m. Emily had told him she was out with friends. A strange feeling settled in his chest. He had never spied on his wife before, but something about that message gnawed at him. Against his better judgment, he grabbed his keys and drove to the cafe. The truth unfolds. James parked his car in a dark corner of the lot, his heart pounding in his chest. Through the large glass windows of the cafe, he scanned the crowd. At first, he didn't see anything unusual. People were laughing, chatting, and enjoying their meals. Then, in the farthest corner, he spotted her. Emily was sitting at a table. Dressed in the red dress he had bought her last year on their anniversary, the one she claimed she didn't like. Across from her sat a man, leaning in close, whispering something that made her laugh in a way James hadn't seen in years. His stomach twisted as he watched her reach across the table and hold the man's hand. The look in her eyes wasn't one of a casual friendite, was the same look she used to give him. James gripped the steering wheel so tightly his knuckles turned white. A part of him wanted to rush in, demand answers, and expose her right then and there. But another part of him, the part that still loved her, stopped him. Instead, he simply sat there, watching as his marriage crumbled before his eyes. After what felt like hours, Emily and the man finally left the cafe, walking together toward a sleek black car. The man opened the door for her, and she kissed him on the cheek before getting inside. James felt his heart break in a way he never imagined possible. A silent Goodbeer drove home in silence, his mind racing. He replayed every moment in their marriage, searching for clues he might have missed. Had she been unhappy for a long time? Had he been blind, refusing to see what was right in front of him? When Emily walked through the front door later that night, she acted as if nothing had happened. She kissed James on the cheek and smiled. "Hey babe, how was your day?" Stared at her, studying the woman he had loved for so many years. She looked so normal, so casual, as if she hadn't just been out with another man. "Good," he said simply. He didn't confront her, didn't explode in anger. Instead, he nodded, walked into their bedroom, and pulled a small envelope from his drawer. He had drafted the divorce papers months ago when his gut first told him something was wrong, but he never had the heart to go through with it. Until now, Emily's smile faded as she looked at the envelope in his hands. "James, what is this?" His voice was calm but firm. "I know, Emily. I know everything." She opened her mouth to speak, to deny, to make excuses, but James held up a hand. I don't need an explanation. I just need my dignity and my freedom." For the first time in a long time, Emily looked guilty. But guilt wasn't enough to fix what was broken. James turned away, grabbing his keys. He didn't slam the door, he didn't yell. He simply walked out, leaving behind the love that had already left him long ago. And for the first time in months, he felt at peace.